Good job, buddy. P1 right there.
What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday evening, and my mom's not watching this, but happy 50th birthday to my mom. Tonight we are on Kentucky Motor Speedway here for No-Toe Gen 4 Series. This race is sponsored tonight by Tyler Merritt and the 38 machine, TMJ Motorsports 100. I think they're practicing. We'll actually pull Tyler Merritt into here and talk to him for a bit, maybe get a mid-race checkup. What is going on, Tyler?
Yes.
Hey man, sponsoring the race here tonight. You said it's getting loose, but talk us through about TMJ, and I know I've raced with a lot of you guys in that team in multiple different leagues, and just like how spread out you guys are.
We're spread out between here, Relentless Racing League, ISNF, I believe a little bit too. We've also been in 100% League with, I believe, Thomas and Francisco racing there as well. We've also been starting to race officials more. Me and Francisco are the two guys that run officials more than anyone else. And I'm really just trying to bring this championship and the truck championship in No-Toe Racing League for bringing home for TMJ this year.
Yeah, man, you're coming off third place finish last week.
I think it was second place.
Second, third or second. Yeah, your first podium finish I can remember in a while. Currently, the third quickest out there, man. Talk us through this tire wear here. I heard a lot of guys complain how loose it is, and if you think we're gonna get green flag stops here.
I think we will get to green flag stops. It's a question of which pit cycle it's going to be. I'd say if no one spins going on the pit road, we will probably get green flag pit stops, most likely anyway. I'd say my main worry is just me or someone else just spinning, trying to pit, and then taking out a couple other people, you know?
Yeah, and talking about that, does that change your pit strategy? Like, are you looking to maybe run it long, or based on where you run out, you can decide whether you're going to cut it in threes, or if you're going to try to run it dry and hope for a caution?
I'm going to try to mimic what Ben and Johnny's going to do tonight. Because, I mean, Ben's, for the most part, he's been on the right side of pit strategies outside of him getting a speeding penalty here or there, or a bad pit X or bad pit entry and getting a black flag. I'm just going to try to follow those two for pit strategy tonight.
Alright, man. Well, good luck here tonight. Look forward to seeing that car in the top 5, maybe even top 3 at the end of the race.
Yep, thanks. I'm sure you're going to enjoy all the carnage tonight.
Alrighty. And I was about to get to that, Josh. We do have someone returning here tonight. He's not on track qualifying yet. Oh, because I registered as a racer. I re-registered. Whoops. Alrighty. Well, we're not unable to watch qualifying. We're going to have to wait for the qualifying time to come down. But we'll wait till they're done qualifying for that. I knew I screwed up. And give me a quick second. I gotta go check on something. Alright, we are back. You see the time start rolling in. Currently, Johnny Brugg with that top pole position, 30.59. Nelson was the quickest in practice. He was about 2/10 quicker than the rest of the field. So, wouldn't be a surprise if I see Nelson get the pole here. The Hollingsworth in that 97 machine. He comes in just, I think he came in at the same time as Brugg, actually. Still no time put in by the professor, though. There's the time by the professor. Alright, I think Sarge is done qualifying. Let's go ahead and pull Sarge down. Sarge, first and foremost, welcome back. Hopefully you and your family's doing well. How have you been, man?
I've been good, buddy. I've been good. How about you?
Been doing pretty good, man. We've missed you out here on track. I know you had some personal stuff to take care of. Completely understandable. Glad to have you back. But I mean, these guys have been putting on a show this season, just like they did last season, man. So talk us through how you think the season has gone, and if you think Donnie Bruggs can be able to go back to back.
Well, I tell you, first and foremost, I am really proud of Johnny and TJ for how they've been running the league, and for Tyler and Roy and Josh and the other guys who've been helping in the background. It's been really great to be able to step away and know the league's been in good hands. Johnny's definitely got the stuff, and from what I've been able to keep up with, it's looking like a really good season for him.
Yeah, one of the things I talked about, I think last race is Nelson kind of started the season off slow, and he had to play catch up the rest of the season. I don't think Nelson's in that category, so I think we're gonna have a lot closer battle this season, as well as Tyler Merritt starting to put together some really good runs. So it might be a pretty good three-way battle come towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to who's got the most time to be able to show up week in and week out, and so for those that can stick with it the whole season, it's going to come down to the last couple of races, I think.
All right, man. Well, welcome back, and good luck out here tonight in your first race back. Hopefully they don't rough you up too much.
Appreciate it, sir. Talk to you later.
All right, you see the times coming across. Let's check how much time is left in qualifying real quick. About 3 seconds left. So let's go ahead and go over our official starting grid here tonight. Getting that pole position, Benjamin Nelson and that 79 Mountain Dew machine. Outside of him, in row one, outside pole, finished second last week and be starting second off here this week. Tyler Merritt, sponsored tonight's race in that 38 machine. Johnny Brugg gonna be row two, along with Jeff Hollingsworth. Row three of Christian Loxton and Charles Woods. Row four, Alex Chase and Michael Nash. Row five, Ethan Owen and Robert Goetz. Row 6, you have Grant Fishier and Daniel R. Williams. Row 7, you have Mitchell Williams and Thomas Solano. Row 8, Tyler Lem and TJ Warren. Row 9, Joshua Corning here. I'm talking to him. Gary Sargent making his return. Have a lot of ground to make up if you want to get that car into the top 5, maybe in podium finishers. Row 10, James Durr and Paul Crumey. Around the field in that row 11 will be Bart Hoek. And before we go racing real quick, let's actually go over and look over one more thing. Pull up this race info on your screen. Either a mile and a half track here in Kentucky. Kentucky, if you know how they drive, how Texas drives, it's basically Texas. If you ask me, just turns are flipped. You got a higher speed 1 and 2. You got to really slow that car down on 3 and 4. Very flat turn. These drivers are saying turn 4 is probably the loosest they'll get out here on track. Track temp out there tonight is a cool 82 degrees, so not going to have to worry about too much heat on that track. But tire wear is a big thing here tonight. I was hearing this fall off is around 2 seconds. The fuel window is 45 laps. They're going to have pit twice. It should be interesting to see who is going to run that a risk of running it dry and hoping for a caution with how loose these cars get if we do get green flag pit cycles. We go on board with the rear camera here on the pace car as the field gets lined up 2x2. See there on the inside that beautiful red and green 79 Mountain Dew machine of Nelson. Nelson, ever since he switched his paint scheme last season, has had a lot of luck. Has already won once, technically twice, but they had to take a win away due to him passing below the yellow or going below the Daytona. So he's got that one win under the belt. All his merit coming off that P2 last week. I think we're going to have 20 drivers out on track. I didn't grid, of course. I don't think Bart Howitt gridded. Pace car pulls off. These guys come out of turn 4. 100 laps of racing here tonight at Kentucky. The TMJ Motorsports 100. About to go green.
Green, green, green.
Green flag 5. Nelson Merritt will lead them down the field, down the front stretch into turn 1. Johnny Bragg got a great jump on that initial start to be the inside of Merritt. He's going to be able to clear him off a corner exit. Bragg and Merritt go at it for P2. Loxton looking to the inside of the 97 Hollingsworth. That's for P3 or P4. Early on, everyone kind of single filed out. You got Nash. He's going to be looking low to the inside of the 50 of Woods. Should be interesting to see what is the preferred line. It looks like for the time being, for Woods, it's that middle line. Is he able to power past that 60 machine? 97 of Hollingsworth got a little loose of corner exit. Going to lose a couple spots. Meantime, back up to the front. Nelson leading the way, going to lead lap number 2 here. They're all single filed out. Early on, Nelson leading the way. Hollingsworth starting to make a charge back through the field. Got loose off of turn 2 last time by. Lost a couple spots. Oh, and Nash is going to get into the 50 of Woods. Woods into the wall. No one else collected in that, fortunately enough. Let's go back and see exactly what happened here with the 50 and the 60. Him entering the corner. I think Nash just got in there a little too hot. I don't even really fault that on Nash though either. Yeah, I think Nash just might have got in there a little too hot. Gave the 50 a pretty good bump. A lot of nose contact to that outside wall. Everyone doing a really good job getting through it though. Early caution here tonight. Should be interesting to see who comes down pit lane and maybe top off to maybe try to make this a one-stop race, as it could be doable. As I say that, Tyler Merritt actually going to take that opportunity here to come down pit lane to top off. Well, it's Joshua Corner. He's going to be coming down pit lane. James Dirk coming down. Charles Woods, of course, he's coming down pit lane to get that damage fixed. Don't imagine seeing tire changing here. Nope, just fuel and go for that 38 machine. Well, it's Corner. Joshua Corner, you are damn right on that. Cancer does suck. Once again, I do appreciate all these guys out here running these pink schemes. I unfortunately did lose an aunt back in 2019 to breast cancer. So this month I try to run as much pink as I can, and I appreciate everyone else who runs pink out here to spread awareness. A couple takers down pit lane. This is going to shake up the front of the field a little bit. Merritt was running P3, so it's going to move a couple people up a spot. That'll now be Brugg Nelson on the front row, something we have seen multiple times here in the Gen 4 series over the last 2 seasons. Pace lights on the pace car still on. Probably coming to 1 to go this time by. Oops. And once we go green flag racing here, we'll go on board with someone. I don't know if Kobe or Tommy's watching. Not sure if they are or not. We might just go on board with Tyler Merritt here. After we get a couple green flag laps in here, let the field get spread out. They roll through 3 and 4. Pace car should be pulling off here. Nelson, Brugg, gonna lead them back to green here. Lap 8 of 100. Those guys that pitted, gotta be wondering if they're hoping for no more caution, because they can possibly make it to the end here. We're back to green flag racing. Nelson getting a really good jump on that restart. Locks and Hollingsworth going at it. Alex Chase and Michael Nash going at it as well. Go a little bit further back in the pack. You got TJ Warren battling it out with Tyler Lemon. That really good looking old 26 Crown Royale machine. I believe that's a Jamie McMurray scheme. Here comes Gary Sarge. We haven't really went on him yet. Cars making his way through the field. Started P18 up 5 spots to 13th place. Looking to get another spot here. Looking to the inside of Tyler Lem, that 26 machine. They roll through 3 and 4. Lem going way up the track. Running that Kyle Larson line almost all the way up against the wall. Gary Sargent can be able to gain a position. Everyone for the most part single filed out. Tyler Merritt, though, making his way through the field, did pit there for fuel. Gotta wonder how much fuel saving mode he's in right now. They're 3 wide going down that backstretch into turn 3. I'll actually take this time. We'll actually go on board here with the 38 machine. We get an idea on exactly how these cars are handling. You see there, Merritt's clutching it in, so Merritt is in fuel saving mode right now. Interesting strategy. He's not clutching in 3 and 4. He's only pushing the clutch in 1 and 2. Oh, there goes Gary Sargent. Get a little loose on there on the corner. Going to lose a couple spots because of it. Gary Sargent going to fall back 2 or 3 spots. Also pull up. Give me an idea how fast these guys are going around the track. Going on the backstretch, getting up to almost 190 miles an hour, hard on the brakes in this very flat, long corner here. 3 and 4 Kentucky, all the way down to almost 145 miles an hour. There's TJ Warren getting a little bit loose there off corner exit. Tyler Merritt going to look to capitalize on that mistake. Tyler Merritt started in the rear of the field on this restart. He's already made his way up to 11th. There's still a lot of battling for position going on back here. Merritt getting really loose on that corner. Right on board here with Tyler. Looks like he's struggling a little bit. Oh, Tyler, TJ. I was warned I got at least not Merritt. Merritt's really on that wheel, and that's going to cause a lot of heat in those tires, and he's really leaning on that right rear. He's going to be careful not to wear out that right rear too much. Oh, TJ is having his hands full right now. Meantime, Tyler Merritt seeing the field get spread out. This is what you want to see if you're that 38 machine. You came in, you got that full tank of fuel. You got a couple more laps than everybody else, and that might be all what you need to get this race won if it stays green. Meantime, back up at the front, Nelson has pulled that lead out to almost half a second over Johnny Brugg. Hollingsworth right there in Brugg's back bumper. And you got a nice 2-second gap between the whole top 5, and then it's another 2 seconds back between Nash and Chase. Or another second, my apologies. Very technical track here. Wow, they got the green flag run. Let's go ahead and look what we got going on next week. These guys are going to go from a technical 1.5 miles to a pretty technical short track, because they go short track racing, if you can call it that. But they're going racing at Lacey Phoenix next week. That race will also be sponsored by Tyler Merritt. 130 laps there. It is a late afternoon race. And that's another thing I forgot to mention about this race. This race did start at sunset, so this race will be transitioning as the race goes on into night. As you already see the lights starting to come on there a little bit. Track temp might have started cooling down. Let's take a quick look at the track temp. Track temp. No, it's actually warmed up by a degree. Brugg starting to close that gap a little bit. Was a 5/10 as drawing that gap down to about 4/10 as they go around this track. Take a look at some lap time here. So you see Brugg has been faster the last 4 out of 5 laps. The last time by, Brugg was a little bit slower than Nelson. But Brugg is closing that gap. Hollingsworth is closing as well. We go check back in here on Tyler Merritt, sponsor for tonight's race. He has made his way back up into P7. Merritt charging through the field. Looks like you got some battling going on back here. A little bit further back. See a bunch of cars lined up back here. Gary Sargent, meantime, he has made his way back up to P13 after getting loose. You see him up there in that Mountain Dew machine. I think with Sarge being away for so long, I think Sarge will be satisfied with the top 10 here tonight. Just outside the grips of that top 10, running 13th here. Looking to set his sights on that 50 machine of Charles Wood, who was involved in that wreck for that first and only caution we've had so far here tonight. As the Ada Williams looks to the inside of TJ Warren. TJ Warren all the way up against that wall. Might have a run off a corner exit. Oh, he's gonna get stuck up on the high line. Williams gonna take that position away here for the time being. I think Warren's struggling. He's about to lose another spot here to the 55 of Volano. I think what's going through TJ's head right here is, man, I just want lap 33 to come quicker because he is struggling right now. I don't see anyone hitting earlier than lap 33. I think if you're the leader, you want to try to just cut this race into thirds. But if you're someone like, I mean, I said he wants to go to lap 33, but if you're someone like TJ Warren, you might just run it dry and hope for a caution. We got to take her down pit lane here early on. James Durr already coming down pit lane for a fresh set of tires.
The yellow flag.
Oh! Did he go lap down? Ah, I think he did go lap down just as the yellow came up. Paul Croomy, TJ Warren having issues. Started up here with a 31. Let's see what happens. Oh, he just drifted up into the 30 a little too much. Sent him around. TJ Warren is involved. TJ got turned, buddy! Oh, wow! Well, we are running the Gen 4 ARCA cars, folks, and that's what we like to call ARCA braking in iRacing. We're right on board here. TJ see what he saw. I think TJ thought that car was gonna roll down the hill more. He saw them on the high line, and I'm pretty sure he thought that car was gonna roll. Luckily, these guys have a faster pair here in No Toad. That caution is not what you want to see if you're Tyler Merritt. Tyler Merritt was on the charge through the field, but everyone to come down pit lane and get those fresh set of Goodyear tires, or General tires, I should say. Off of pit lanes, be Nelson, Brugg, Hollingsworth, Loxon, Nash. I think Merritt got chased there. He did. Merritt gonna gain a spot on pit lane. Oh, we're under caution here, and we'll go ahead and pull our race sponsor down one more time here tonight. Tyler Merritt, what's going on?
How's it going, man? How's it going?
Hey, man, I'm pretty sure that caution's not what you wanted to see. You came in that first caution, got fuel. Pretty sure you could have made it in if you saved. You were charging through the field, though. You made your way all the way up to 7th and getting a spot in pit lane. Man, what's this car feeling like as the run goes on?
It's feeling the same. It's just you're having to slow down a little more. The car's handling feels fine. It's just the cornering speed's down, I guess, if you want to say that. It feels fine to me, though. I'm not sure how the long run handling's going to be, though.
Does it feel like the track is handling a little bit better with the lights coming on?
Oh, yes, it does. It really does. There seems to be a lot more grip now.
Gotcha. Well, good luck here tonight, man. You did a pretty good charge to the field, and unfortunately, caution came out. I know you were not wanting to see that caution.
Oh, that's the last thing I was wanting to see. Oh, and I'm not sure, but you may have missed someone spitting under a caution.
All right.
I saw that, and I'm like, what the hell?
All right, man. Good luck. He said someone spun under caution. Oh, I did. Let's go see what happened. Mitchell Williams. No, he didn't spin. Aha, there it is. I think it's this one. Yep, there it is. Goat's trying to get on the brakes or stay out of the back of the 30 machines. Looped it around, no harm, no foul. The 31 machine unfortunately got caught. Oh no, he didn't get caught in that pit cycle. That was the 05. Well, I think it actually disconnects from the race. The whole top. Lights on the pace car turn off. Brugg, Nelson gonna be row 1. Hollingworth, Loxton, row 2. Third row will be Nash and Merritt. Our second caution here tonight. Already got 28 laps in the books. Race going by fairly quickly. With that caution coming out, it does make this a one-stop race now. I mean, if you're trying to split this last stage in half, you probably coming around 65. No, not this last stage, this last part of the race. Oh. Pace car gonna pull off. Nelson and Brugg leads the green yet again here. Nelson with that great launch as he does control the restarts here in the No Turn Racing League. He'll get about 2 or 3 car lengths in front of that one machine. Hollingsworth, Loxton, Nash. No, Merritt. Merritt actually got around Nash on that restart. Merritt not going to look to the inside of Loxton. Merritt was running third when he came to pit lane onto that first caution, trying to get back into that podium finishing position. And making their way around that number 3 machine of Christian Loxton. Get it done, though. See, Merritt's able to enter that corner so much quicker than Loxton is. Nash is not going to look to the inside of Loxton. We're watching this back here. Johnny Brugg has assumed the lead from Benjamin Nelson. Johnny, oh, he's going to get loose there off of turn 4, though. trying to plant that power a little too quickly. He's still going to lead that lap here. Nelson starting to struggle a little bit here. Here comes Merritt. Oh, Merritt was going to try to send it in on the Hollingsworth there, 97. Slams the door on that 38 machine. He's going to have to regroup and set that pass back up. Merritt is in full go mode right now, but you've got to be careful. These cars, with how much power they have, you can really heat up those right rear tires. And the harder you get that right rear tire, the more wear you get. And with the way this track is, the more loose you get. Merritt being a little bit patient here with Hollingworth. He knows he's faster. He has to figure out where he's going to complete this pass at. He's going to be possibly looking to the outside here as they enter turn 1. That's what does. Merritt powers past the 97 machine on that outside line. Merritt makes his way back into 3rd. Hollingsworth 4th. Back here for 5th. You got a couple cars battling it out for that 5th position. Loxton, Chase, and Nash going at it. Meantime, back up to the lead. Nelson's looking to the inside of Johnny Brugg as they enter turn 3. Nelson's going to get in front of Brugg. Can he clear him? Brugg possibly looking for a crossover move. And here comes Merritt to the outside out of turn 4. Brugg looking to the inside. Merritt's just so strong on the outside line. Getting around Brugg. Now has his sight set on that leader, the number 79 machine of Benjamin Nelson. You saw Merritt there. Had it got a little looser coming out of 2. Had to catch it going down the backstretch. Lost a little bit of ground. Off turn 4. Oh, Alex Chase getting loose. And with Kentucky, the way it's built, you can have someone that is significantly faster in one sector or another. We pull it up here. We pull the right one up there. There we go. Merritt and Nelson. See Nelson a little bit slower there in sector 1, but sector 2 he makes it back up. 3 and 4 at this track is so different than 1 and 2. It is a slower turn and it requires a lot more braking going into it. Pull the dashboard back up here. You can see what I'm talking about here. Going down the backstretch. Merritt looking to the outside of Nelson to enter turn 3. He's going to get that thing woed all the way down to 145 miles an hour. Rolling through the center of 3 and 4. Merritt going to be able to clear Nelson. Not quite yet, but he's going to be able to lead lap 38 here. You see here going into turn 1. He can enter that turn a whole 15 miles an hour faster. Merritt out front leading some laps here at Kentucky. How cool would it be for Merritt if he can hit a win here tonight in his own sponsored race? But man, he's going to have a tough task holding off that 79 machine. As Nelson, we see this happen a lot. He kind of gives up that lead a little bit. So we see TJ Warren come to pit lane. Not sure if his car is damaged. So let's go see if we can't see what happened to TJ here. Looked like there's some damage on the car. Very, very unscheduled pit stop. Oh! Oh, yeah, he crammed. Watch it from this point of view. You can see it better here. Got loose off of 2 and just right into the inside wall he goes. Back to the live shot. The Merritt still leading the way over Nelson. Nelson not losing sight of that 38 machine, doing a great job keeping them within striking distance. The last time by, Nelson was actually quite a bit faster than Merritt. Here goes Nelson looking to the inside line. They're going to be door to door as they enter turn 3. Nelson flew past Merritt. I think Merritt got on the brakes a lot sooner than Nelson did. I think Merritt knew he had the preferred line, didn't want to didn't want to heat up the tires too much on the outside line, so he said, hey, you go ahead and have this spot. We still got 58 laps of racing to go. And this top 5 is still really close. Everyone in the top 5 within a second, 1.2 seconds of each other. Nasho, who restarted 5th on that restart, he's fallen a little bit back from this pack, but don't count that 60 machine out yet. Michael Nash has had really good long run speed at these 1.5-mile tracks. If this can stay green, Nash might be one of the quicker cars out there here in about 10 laps or so. And just to show you the tire fall, if we're going to pull this up first, this is what the leaders are on right now. 17 lapable tires, about 15 green flag laps. So, third fastest time of the race is, we'll go with Nelson and Merritt, 30.91 and 30.76. Last time by, these guys have already lost almost a second. And that's just 15 green flag laps on these tires. So when it comes to, if it comes to green flag pit stops, when you see the leader pit, or you're the leader and you see the guy behind you pit, you can't stay out there too long. Johnny Brugg looking to the inside of Merritt here, rolling through 3 and 4. You cannot afford to stay out there too long. Oh, Merritt getting really loose there off of 4. Now, if you're someone like, let's say, Loxon, not Loxon, Woods, Chase, Fishier, Lem, you could run it dry and hope for a caution. I would put Nash in that category, but with Nash on the longer speed he has, I would imagine he wants to try to keep that gap as close as possible when they come to green flag pit stops. We'll check back here with Ethan Owen and Croomy, who was involved in that last wreck. Actually, these are the two involved in the last wreck were Owens and Croomy. They're battling it out here for 11th. And you see right behind him at the end of that trial, but Gary Sargent is making his way around the number 8 machine of Williams back up to P13 for that number 28 machine. Gary Sargent saying, make way, guys. Daddy's back. And Gary, I know I said it before, but we greatly missed you, man. Glad to have you back out here on track. Glad to see you're running fairly well here. Probably not the showing you wanted, but 13th here with about 50 to go. Just within striking distance of a top 10 finish on your return race would be a win in my books if I was Gary. Not an easy track. I tried to brake and then locked up, released, and turned all the way left, and it kept going straight. Yeah, TJ, this is a very technical 1.5 miles. It's funny because I can't stand Texas. I don't know what it is about Texas, but I love Kentucky. And they drive damn near the same. Like, you take 1 and 2 in Texas, that's 3 and 4 at Kentucky. You take 3 and 4 at Texas, that's 1 and 2 here. So, something about this track, I don't know, I like it more. Well, we were going back through the field. We missed the pass for second. Johnny Brugg able to get around Tyler Merritt for that second position, and now Merritt in striking distance of Hollingsworth. We started 20 drivers. We're down to 18 on the lead lap. Joshua Corner, the last car on the lead lap. I haven't really called him out too much. I think he's just biting time, getting some laps logged here, getting some practice in these Gen 4 cars. He's going to go around the 55 Volano here. Volano more than likely had problems coming out of turn 2. Lost a lot of ground because of it. Yep. I hear that battle with Gary Sargent, Paul Croomy going at it. Here comes Mitchell Williams to the fray. Almost contact there between the 16 and 28 machine. Gary having to move up the track there to avoid contact. Gary going to fall back to 14th for the time being. We go back up to the front. There's Johnny Berg running P2. You think that's the battle for the lead, but no. There's Benjamin Nelson, the second and a half in front of the whole entire field. Once again, taking the kids to school. William by Green Flag race on 29. Like I said, the best time if I'm one of the top 5, I would say that I would come to pit lane around that 65. If you're someone below the top 5, I say run a dry, hope for a caution. But we haven't seen too many cars get too loose. I mean, let's actually go on board here. Let's go on board here. Let's go on board with Boss Man. Let's go on board with Sarge and see how he's handling this very technical track. And onboard Sarge going into 3 and 4, just by watching him, I can tell his car is really tight in corner entry there. He has made his way back up to P13 though. Let's go see how the professor is doing. I mean, these guys are making it look easy. As another thing we had a path for 3rd. See if I can't find it. Oh, for 4th. There it is. This is Loxton getting around Hollingsworth. And I wonder if Hollingsworth had issues coming out of turn 2. No, he didn't. Loxton's got a really good exit here. As Merritt's starting to fall back. Oh, Merritt's coming to pit lane. Early pit stop here for Tyler Merritt. Interesting call. He's coming to pit lane on lap 57. I hate to say it, but I think Merritt may have short pitted too soon. I mean, who knows? He might pull some more people down the pit lane. Let's see what Brugg does. Merritt was running just behind Brugg there, and Brugg's gonna stay out. Looks like Michael Nash. He's gonna come to pit lane this time by. Take a look at what the tire fall off is here. It's a 32.2, so they're about a second and a half now from their best times of the race. Nelson's best time was a 30.9. Brugg's a 30.82. Last time by, they ran a 32.26, 32.39. Brugg come to pit lane. If I'm Nelson, I think you maybe stay out one more lap. But that's it. Doesn't come to pit lane this time by. What about Christian Loxton? What's he doing? Christian Loxton's coming to pit lane. Slow that car down, Loxton. Oh, great job collecting it. It's kind of interesting to see those guys pit when they did. Because what they did is they pitted when the fuel window was open. I would have split it in half. Nelson's still choosing to stay out. Everyone's starting to come to the pit lane. Here, the 50 of Charles Wood. He's on pit lane. And Merritt pitting as early as he did. Once this pit cycle through, Merritt very well may be the leader. Merritt was running second at the time. There he is out on track. And Johnny Brugg, who was running... No, Merritt was running third. Brugg was running second. And you see the difference there. Merritt almost a whole half a lap ahead of Johnny Brugg. We'll check something here in a bit. Nelson, though, still out there on track. Kind of surprised how long Nelson's running it. Here comes Nelson this time by. Ooh, he locked him up. I don't know if he got caught speeding or not. Let's see what Alex Chase in 54 is doing. Chase is going to stay out and actually lead this lap. Mitchell Williams chooses to stay out as well. And this is what I'm talking about. The guys who are running a little bit further back in the pack, I mean, they don't got nothing to lose staying out. Well, Merritt is just now entering 3 and 4. Let's see where this blends out at. Nelson just not leading his pits, and Merritt's going to blow past him as... That's going to be an interesting call. Here comes Chase and Sargent to pit lane. Williams still out there. But Nelson's leading this race. He's going to come out technically second once Williams pits. I just think Merritt and Nelson got a better pit stop. Even Brugg didn't cycle out to the lead. Or to the second, I mean. We'll go ahead and we'll actually look here. There's pit lane time for you, and there it is right there. Brugg, 53 seconds on pit lane. The Merritt was 47 seconds. Loxton had a good pit lane time as well. And that time you're seeing was the time they entered pit lane until the time they came off of pit lane. Brugg was a very slow trip down pit lane. A gap to the lead in 3.7 seconds, and Nelson has plenty of time to make up that ground. I mean, if I'm Merritt, I would say in probably about 15 laps you want to see a caution. I'm waiting for Nelson's pit lane time to come up. Oh, Brugg missed his pit stall. And see, Nelson was actually, he was 46 seconds on pit lane. So Nelson missing his pit stall cost him, it cost him 6 seconds. And he's 8 seconds behind the leader. And he's about 6 seconds behind Nelson. So that mistake cost him a battle for second right now. Let's actually try to find when Johnny came to pit lane. Oh, here's Brugg entering pit lane, and let's see how bad this was. We'll fast forward a little bit. Brugg, I believe, would have been the 4th or 5th pit box. Oh no. He overshot it and then backed up, but didn't back up far enough, which cost him even more time. There's your current leader, the 38 of Tyler Merritt, coming to 30 to go this time by. Nelson closing that gap and closing it fast. Take a look at some last lap times. There is how much. Holy cow. Nelson almost a half a second faster. He's actually, now after that last lap refreshed, he has been at least a half a second faster every lap, the last 5 laps or so. Gotta wonder how much is that Merritt conserving his tires. I mean, if you're Merritt and you got someone like Nelson chasing you down, I don't know if you can be in tire conservation mode. You gotta be in go mode. Like a good old movie I watched growing up. Go, Bo, go! This time by Nelson 6/10 quicker. That gap's closed, and how hard is Merritt going to be able to fight here? Nelson going to look to the inside. Merritt going to have to really put on a show here to try to fend off Nelson. To the outside he goes. Nelson on the inside, and he'll be able to clear him fairly easy, rolling through 1 and 2. Nelson back to the lead here with about 28 laps to go. Robert Goes looks slow on track. He is. Fault on the track and he was slow. Go back see what happened here with the 277 Coors Light machine. It's gotten that gas a little too soon off corner exit. Had to chase it down the hill, doing a great job to keep it going straight. Gonna leave some time. Nelson has taken back over the lead, now has brought that lead over a second of a gap to Tyler Merritt. Tyler Merritt now possibly getting chased down by Christian Loxton. If we take a look at that. You see there Loxton's been quicker the last 5 laps as well. .25 to go here at Kentucky. Loxton actually losing a little bit of time that last time by. This time by Loxton gained a little bit. Oh, 25 to go. I don't know if he keeps gaining a small amount, if it's going to be enough. Another car to go check back in on is his number 1 machine of Johnny Brugg. Johnny Brugg running top 5, top 3 most of the race. Mistake on pit lane cost him a bunch of track position. Now he's bound his way just to try to crack back into the top 5. He's going to have to chase down that number 60 machine of Michael Nash. Their lap times have been fairly evened out between loss and gain in the last 5 laps or so. We go back here with a big group of cars led by that 54 machine of Alex Chase. You got Chase, Woods, Lem, the 30 of Ethan Owen, and Fishier as well. As we go back to leader, Nelson has brought that gap up to almost 4 seconds. Still got 16 cars on the lead lap. You see the last car on the lead lap just in front of us. This is going to be the 69 machine of Joshua Corner. Ty Merritt still running in that second position. But Loxton has been chasing him down. See those numbers in their green? That means that driver has been faster. Last time by, Loxton, 10th and a half faster. $20 to go here. Tyler Merritt, though, looking pretty good to get himself back-to-back podium finishes. Loxton might catch up, but I think Hollingsworth is just too far back. Pending a yellow, I think Merritt got the top 3 podium finish in the bags. Or in the bag, not in the bags. There, Tyler Merritt losing another 2.5 tenths almost to Christian Loxton. I don't think Loxton's got a podium yet to finish. Merritt getting really loose there off of 2. Not going to allow Loxton to really close in that gap. We're really in that 38 here. Another battle we got started brewing on track is Johnny Brugg has chased down that 60 machine of Michael Nash for that 5th position. That gap between the two now about 0.3 of a second across the start-finish line. 17 to go here at Kentucky. Bruggs there. He's in striking distance of that number 60 Winn-Dixie Ford Taurus. I forgot they ran the Ford Taurus back in the day. Bruggs gonna look to the inside here as they go through the front, down the front stretch in the trial. We're going into turn 1. Bruggs gonna have the advantage. Michael Nash, I don't think that outside line really has the momentum you see in a lot of other series. And Johnny Bruggs can be able to get that P5 position from Michael Nash. We'll check back in with our race sponsor, Tyler Merritt. Still getting chased down by Loxton. There's the gap. Loxton has been at least a 10th faster 4 of the last 5 laps. That gap between Longson and Merritt, about 1.2 seconds. That's the first lap. And probably about 10 laps, Longson has actually lost time, and he didn't lose that much time. .13 to go here at Kentucky. Benjamin Nelson's grown that lead to 7 seconds for Christian Locks to be able to chase on Tyler Merritt. He's going to have to average about a tenth or so quicker a lap. Ethan Owens having issues going off track. No caution, though. I think he's going straight. Oh, the 26 got loose in front of him. Kudos to Ethan Owens, keeping that car going straight to that grass. Locks and able to gain another tenth. That gap is now down to just under a second between the two. That number 3 machine is getting bigger and bigger in Tyler Merritt's mirror. 11 to go this time by. That could have been a caution, TJ. Come on. You gotta spice up the end of the race a little bit. That was a caution in my eyes. Locks is still chasing down Merritt. Didn't gain as much time as you would want to gain with 10 to go. Nine to go this time by. Loxton gaining about another tenth or so. That gap is now down to just under 8 tenths between the two. They come to 8 to go. 6 tenths the gap. Merritt's going to come up with some lap traffic. Those just tuning in. No, this is not the battle for the lead. The leader is 9 seconds ahead of Merritt. This is just the closest battle we got out on track with time being gained. I'm just wondering how much of a factor is lap traffic going to play into here. 7 to go this time by. Lawson's there. Within 5 car lengths or so. Another 2.5 tenths gained. You're Tyler. How hard do you bow it out for this one position? Do you risk throwing away, I don't know, another 3 or 4 spots? If something happens between you guys, you just let him by. He has been faster. He has chased you down in the last 15 laps or so. What do you do if you're Tyler Merritt? Not a lot of time here, but Loxton did lose a lot of ground to the lap car coming out of the corner. Kind of affected his line on corner exit. Across the line. 5 to go here at Kentucky. Here comes Loxton with a pretty good run off corner exit out of turn 2. Going down the backstretch. Order tires, where do you pass that here? That's going to be the key for Christian Loxton. Four to go this time by. You see, Loxton loses ground on entry, but he gains it all back plus some on exit. Really lets that car roll through center and gets a ton of speed going down the straightaways. Three to go this time by. Loxton running out of time to gain that second position. Loxton actually a little bit slower than Mary here, and they're going to come up another lap car. I think it's going to affect Tyler more than Loxton here, corner exit. It is. Tyler not getting a really good exit off corner entry. Here comes Loxton to the inside. Merritt getting really tight, rolling through center. I think Loxton's going to get it here. 2 to go this time by. With Nelson having such a big lead, all he needs to do is get the white flag. Oh, almost contact between the two. I think Loxton got it here. The high line does not have the momentum. Merrick's actually going to get loose. He's going to pound the outside wall coming off of turn 4. Now here's a question. Did that open the door for Hollingsworth to possibly gain a podium finish here tonight? Nelson, in the meantime, going to roll through 3 and 4. That's how big the gap was between him and the rest of the field. Benjamin Nelson's going to win the TMJ Motorsports 100 here at Kentucky. His second win of the season. Tyler Merritt, our race sponsor, he's going to come across third. Second place, he's going to go to the 3 of Christian Loxton. Doing a great job chasing down Tyler to get that second spot. Hollingsworth's going to come across 4th. Johnny Brugg, after a mistake on pit lane, he's going to come across 5th. Michael Nash, 6th. How about Gary Sargent? He finished a lap down, but he finished inside the top 12. Not a bad job there by Mr. Sarge. There is your race winner here tonight. Benjamin Nelson collecting yet another win here in the No Toad Racing League. And puts on a absolute show here tonight. Alrighty, well, while we wait for these guys to get in podium finishers, actually they're already there, we'll pull up our third place finisher, our race sponsor, Tyler Merritt. Man, you had one hell of a battle out there with Christian Loxton to end the race. Unfortunately, didn't get the win you're probably hoping for here at Kentucky. Nelson just went out there and once again, took y'all to class on, on racing here. But man, talk us through that finish of that race, and if there's anything you think you've done differently to, I wouldn't say get the win, but maybe get P2.
Oh, differently, I could have practiced before the race. I had like two qualifying lap practice before the session went up. That was a bad idea. And I think if I had been more aggressive on my pit stop, I could have edged out Christian. But that and just I killed my tires, thinking, oh, I'm gonna make the car handle looser because I kind of got tight on that first run. That bit me in the ass. That was not a fun experience. And it was a good battle with Christian though. I think if I didn't get the wall, I could have. I think I could have because I like that middle line a lot. It's just on new tires, it's not fast, but you're making up. But when you're trying to make a pass, that's my preferred line anyway. I think if I had just figured 3 and 4 out tonight, it would have been a lot better finish for me.
Well, man, we go from the very technical mile and a half of Kentucky to another technical short track, if you can call it that. I consider a short track a drive like one. Going to Legacy Phoenix next, sponsoring that race as well. Back-to-back podium finishes, man. Do you think you got another podium in the bag next
I
week?
think I do. I'm used to Legacy Phoenix, and I'm going to practice a lot this week for that race. I've actually won the past 2 truck races after getting 2 bad finishes in the first 2 races. I'm actually second in points right now in that series, and I'm very happy about that.
All right, man. Well, congrats on back-to-back podium finishes here. As you guys look forward to Phoenix next week. As it should be interesting, these Gen 4s, as I know some cars get loose in the dog leg, so I'm kind of interested to see what the Gen 4s are going to do there.
It's Legacy Phoenix, ain't it? Or no?
Yeah, doesn't that still have a dog leg technically?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have one that I know of. Unless there's a configuration with a dog leg I've never seen before.
I thought both Phoenixes had the dog leg. It was just one
No.
opened. Oh.
No. Well, it might have a slight one on the back stretch possibly.
Okay.
But I just want to thank Whiskey Riff, my paid sponsor. They're a country-based news outlet that covers everything country and especially country music. I want to thank McConaughey Setup Shop for always giving me the best setups and officials, and also a personal thank you to DJE for giving me tips on every Gen 4 race. He spent a little time throughout the day texting me, saying saying to do this instead, because the Gen 4 drives a lot different than the ARCA car. It really does.
Just a little.
Well, it's mainly the throttle plants, as he said. You'll end up driving around the right rear more than the right front.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I also want to thank all of TMJ, especially Thomas, because he made this scheme was actually made for my truck, and then I transferred over the truck scheme to the Gen 4. I think it was Saturday night. I love the scheme so far. It's easily become my most favorite paint I've ever ran before. But that's all I got to say, and thanks Isaac for all the great broadcasts, man.
No problem, man. Congrats on a podium finish, and good luck next week.
See you next week, man. Night.
All right, next we'll pull in our second place finisher. Christian Loxton did one hell of a job chasing down Tyler. I know you guys always joke around you're racing for second. Second's the first winner technically with Nelson out there, so technically you're the first winner. But man, what a show you put on chasing him down on the closing laps of the race. Can't really ask what you think you done differently chasing down Ben for the 10-second gap. He kind of whooped y'all like Riley Herbst whooped the field at Kansas. Or not Kansas, Vegas.
Yeah, that was fun. One thing I've been running in some other leagues, and it's taught me a lot about just the Gen 4 in general. But it's also taught me a lot about the cars. And I've taken some advice from other people I've raced with, basically learning that as long as if you catch on the exit, you're probably going to be saving your tires a bit better. But no, it was fun chasing him down. He had a fun little bit of a battle there, and it was a challenge, especially with how the car handled. A lot of looseness. I was actually running a bit tight there at the end in 3 and 4, but other than that, it felt fine. It was fun, and it was a fun battle.
Yeah, man, you guys put on a show out there. We go from here to Legacy Phoenix next week. I'll be interested to see how these cars with all this horsepower handles that very flat, short track style racing. I know it's legacy, but Phoenix is definitely a very technical track.
One thing I'll say is if early in the run you'll be able to run full throttle, but as the run goes on, you're not going to be full throttle very like at all unless you get to the end of the straight, and then that's when you're full throttle. Just because the short track packages in these cars, it really kills the rears, and if you don't save those rear tires, you're just going to fall back really hard.
Wait, so when you say full throttle, you mean like full throttle as in going down the straightaways?
Correct.
Oh, interesting.
Running Martinsville in these cars and running just other short tracks, it's taught me that you're gonna want to save the rears.
Well, I mean, Martinsville's a little different than Phoenix, just a wee bit.
Not this version of Phoenix, not a whole lot, just because it's
Sure.
more of a short track.
Well, man, you get a solid finish here tonight. You get some nice points out there. Come across P3 or P2, I should say. And look forward to see you guys do next week at Phoenix.
Yep, thanks for having me in.
Next, let's pull down our race winner. Benjamin Nelson put on an absolute show out there. I think he finished 10 seconds or 11 seconds in front of the whole field. Man, what did you discover, I would say, after that first pit stop? Because it looks like after that first pit stop, you really started gaining a lot more long run speed.
I was trying to use more of the right front up because I noticed the right rear was just getting eaten, but the right front had a lot to spare. But it was because of the way I was driving the corners. I tend to drive in with that slow in, fast out, and that really doesn't work on the right rear. This track's already eating it up, so I still did that, but I sort of like I kind of just shifted the aggression on entry and center to try to make the right front wear a little bit more and use a little bit more entry speed to, not just wear the right front, because that's sort of stupid if you just wear it for no reason at all. But if you wear it in an advantageous way, like I tried to do, it seemed to work for sure because it balanced out a little bit better. I could get a little bit more on the throttle on exit, and I still had some turn on entry, and I noticed some guys were having some issues on entry too, getting it to turn later.
All right, man. Well, y'all go technically short track racing next week at Phoenix. Man, that track is not my favorite. So, good luck next week at Phoenix. As pretty sure, like always, you'll be out there up front for contention of winning, if not leading, if not winning the race. So, good luck next week.
Yeah, the Phoenix. I haven't raced at the old Phoenix, that layout, in a number of years, but I like Phoenix. I don't know what it is about that track, the way they set the car up with the iRacing setup, but you just dive in and it sort of just, it kind of sticks for me. I don't know what it is about it, but I like Phoenix. It's not necessarily my favorite track, but in terms of tracks that drive like a short track, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can't stand that track. I can never figure it out. More
Well,
power to you on that one, because that track is not fun for me.
well, yeah, I can see why, but it's it's definitely nice to be able to overcome something that, I mean, I didn't used to be good there, obviously, but uh, it's really nice when you can finally figure something out and nail it, like I have at some places. But Phoenix is one of those, maybe not the older one, but maybe I can apply some of the things from the newer one to the older.
All right, man. Well, good luck next week, and congratulations on, I think, your second win of the season.
Yeah, I believe that's second. Thank you.
Alrighty, that will conclude tonight's broadcast here at Kentucky for the TMJ Motorsports 100. Benjamin Nelson gonna get that win number 2 of the season. Tyler Merritt gonna get his second podium finish in a row. Christian Lawson getting his first, I think his first podium, his first second of the season. Hollingsworth coming across P4. Johnny Brugg gonna be for sure kicking himself in the butt over that mistake on pit road. Possibly cost him a top 3 finish. He'll come across 5th as you see the rest of the scoreboard or the rest of the finishing positions on the scoreboard on your screen. As you heard me say it, we go live racing next week at Phoenix International Raceway, the old legacy version, and that's going to put on a show. We have actually my apologies. We have Legacy Phoenix, and then we go Super Speedway racing at Modern Atlanta. So that should be very interesting in a couple weeks. The night before Halloween, go racing there at the new Atlanta, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. We'll catch you all next time, and Gary Sarge, once again, welcome back. Hope you and your family are doing well.